chat, man. Nuggets fired Michael Malone.
Word.
What?
Now?
What the fuck?
Why the fuck would they do that?
You know what I'm saying? We just
Jokic
talking about
don't say
building.
much,
We
but
just talking
Jokic
about
said
building.
something.
Then
Why would they?
What?
Shit.
Why would they do that?
Wait, really?
Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Why would they fire Mike Malone
Now?
right now, right before the playoffs? Why would they do that?
Wow, I'm trying to process that real
That's
quick.
crazy.
Oh,
Because my favorite Mike Malone moment was when they won and he was mad drunk at the parade.
yeah.
Yeah, he was just like, "Yo, you other motherfuckers know what time it is, man. It's Big Mike."
So do you think? So oh,
Who's
so do you think that? So we going off of just like what we think now without knowing nothing. Oh, that might be that right there.
Uh-oh.
They call me about Denver and shit.
Oh shit! I was like, "Yo, it's Mike." Like, "Yo, Mello, man. Yo, talk to these niggas, man."
Are you serious? Oh,
That's
man.
crazy.
That
I mean,
just
look,
mean like that when the shit like that happens.
is that
That means that the front office execs feel like we've peaked. We've peaked. Like it, you've done everything you could possibly do. You've won. You've built an amazing culture over here in Denver. Like you are the key to the turn in Denver culture. But it's just like
this guy can't beat Minnesota?
it's you peak, and I think that happened in Memphis too. You peak. You need to peak.
Did somebody say something? Because Jokic don't seem like one of them dudes to be like,
He said it in
I want the.
I don't think he care enough to talk about to think about what's
Exactly.
with the coach.
The one thing I will say though, because I've been in at least 2 press conferences this year with Mike Malone after they stunk up the joint, and he says I've heard him say multiple times, we have to want to compete.
Yeah.
And that to me, like when you still have a championship caliber roster to be challenging guys to compete,
Yeah.
that you're like
We
we're
peak.
not hearing each other anymore. Yeah,
Right.
We peak. The locker room is the locker room. You get what I'm saying? It ain't it's still level of respect, but now the voice is dwindling. Now the voice is getting, weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. We just haven't heard any players come out and say and speak on it. But like when the voice start becoming weaker in the locker room,
Hit the live button right now, baby. This breaking news.
So now what though? Because it is also
Right.
April, whatever the day is. A week and a half out, 2 weeks out from the playoffs. They're doomed.
they're gonna bring
I'm trying to look at their staff right
the
now.
assistant
Who's the coach over there?
who? Adelman. Yeah, they're gonna bring Adelman up.
Oh, okay.
Is that going to work? Is what I'm asking you.
I mean, you got now until first series.
As a player, does that fuck you up, bro?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
See,
yo, we about to go into the playoffs.
See, that's a great question. Because we
It's like,
always
yo,
talk
we-
about what the coaches feeling and what the organization is going through and what they peaking and those different conversations that we know in the locker room. You don't do that. I don't give a fuck who it is. You don't do that. Bro, we got 3 games left. 4 games
About
left.
to go in the playoffs.
About to go in the playoffs. Anything, you guys can still make a run.
Yeah.
Why are you pulling that trigger like that? That means to tell me, that goes to show me, y'all look at this season as a wash. Y'all looking at this as a wash. They already believing that we can't do nothing internally. They having these conversations. Nah, we think we can win. Maybe if this goes, if we healthy, it's all a but if, you know what I mean? That's what's happening. You don't do that. That's where Joker has a say-so. Not saying has a say-so in Mike Malone being fired. But now is the time, if that was real, if that situation was real and our relationship was really like that and our coach and player relationship that bond was really strong like that, I gotta let the front office know that was some bullshit. If I don't already, you know what I mean? Like, unless this been happening and it's been going on, me as the leader of that, you put me on the island. You put me on the island. So that's like a slap in the face to me. As the guy you want to go out there to lead us.
Having another MVP caliber season.
Right. Like, that's a slap in the face to me.
They're sitting, as of today, they're sitting 4th in the Western. That's crazy.
Bro, yeah, I don't understand that. But like to your point of the players' reaction to it, that from a front office perspective, I understand like, yo, we peaked, that idea.
Yeah,
but
it happens.
It sounds
Now.
like
Not 4 games before. We didn't
Right
peak.
now.
3 games before the playoffs.
Come
we didn't
on.
peak.
like
We didn't peak, bro.
Does continuity matter at all? You know what I'm
We
saying?
didn't
Like
peak. We didn't peak. They like, oh, they probably thinking we're the same team. We're not getting no better. We're not getting no worse. We just here. Maybe it's some new energy, maybe a new voice, maybe somebody who, the players may respect at this moment a little bit more than they starting to respect Mike Malone. Right? So I'm sure there's been conversations with players because you can't pull a trigger like that unless you just don't give a fuck or you have a consensus, of people saying shit.
they call Jokic, he was on a horse farm and shit. He didn't even pick up the phone.
Don't even call me.
I don't care about throwing.
Yeah, but that's the
personnel,
bullshit because now the players, you got players that on that team who is they thrive off of Mike Malone's system and they thrive off of his confidence and they thrive off of the positions that he put them guys in.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like you have to take on a whole new voice in a new situation. That next coach, even though he was underneath of Mike Malone coaching tree and sat right next to him, he still have an idea of how he wants to play.
Yeah.
Because
he
knows that, well, we can't do it this way no more. That man, they let that man go because of doing it that way.
Yeah.
I gotta come with new energy. I gotta come with a new system, implement some new plays.
Now, though, to your point, the playoffs we getting new?
Yeah, I'm saying as a player,
Oh, okay.
these are the confusions that we're going through and dealing with.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit. Everybody in the lock. Now it's bad vibes.
That's weird.
It's bad vibes.
I feel like you just
nobody have no
fucked the playoffs
answers. Don't nobody know what's
Yeah,
going
that's
on.
weird.
The players don't know, so they just like, yo, fuck it, man. It's on us now.
Weird.
I do have a question for y'all. So, like, Mike Brown, coach of the year last year, he was 5 this season. Then you had Terry Wilson, coach of the year nominee not too long ago. He gets 5 right for the playoffs. Not Mike Brown. What is this trend signaling in the league?
Money. We ain't about to keep paying these. We can't pay the coaches and the players.
Really?
Oof. Man, look. I'd rather play the players than the coaches. This is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say.
Now?
Something happened. I'm giving you perspective from a player standpoint.
Right.
Like when you in that situation, and I've been in situations where coaches walk out and coaches don't come back, and coaches say they done and walk off, and I've been in situations where coaches get fired, right? And I also know the build up to the coaches getting fired. So it's a lot of build up. This had to be either a lot of build up or some players inside the locker room wasn't feeling Mike Malone, him anymore. And it's not a fit anymore.
He was one of the more vocal coaches when
he was
Mike
a real
Brown,
one. Mike Malone's a real
when
one.
Mike Brown got fired, though, because he worked for the same owner. He was one of the more vocal coaches about talking about what that means in terms of the climate of the league.
When is Mike Malone contract up?
That's crazy.
Who's in a contract year?
I mean, that could play a part too.
Yeah, but
See, and we talk about this first season.
Money.
Why the fuck are y'all paying these coaches that much money and are willing to just say, go, we'll pay y'all? Like, no. If I pay you 4 years, you stay here 4 years. I don't give a fuck what the record is.
You gonna be in a film room? I don't care.
I'm not wasting $75 million on a coach like that.
That's player
To
money.
coach 2 years and fire, get rid of him, now I gotta pay you. Nah. You gonna coach whether we great or whether we ass. You gonna coach until your contract is over with.
Unless you got
I don't give a fuck what no fans say, no media. You're gonna coach your contract out.
Unless you got no trade clause.
And that's why I said the coaches' salaries should be a part of the overall salary cap. Because if you add that to the coaches, if you add that to the overall salary cap, these teams would be reluctant to let these coaches go like that. They would be reluctant.
for sure.
They would be reluctant.
Coach.
If you add that and that's a hit to your salary cap, it's a different conversation.
A totally different conversation.
I bet
Different
the
conversation.
salaries go down
It's
too, though.
a different
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
4 years, 75.
Yeah.
if you're San Antonio, does it make you change your thinking that you got those 3 type of coaches out there?
If I'm San Antonio, I'm going to get Mike Malone.
What is the official status of Pop? They let him make decisions?
Nah, Pop done.
He spoke to the team, said he want to come back, but it's like you get leaks out now saying the team wants to kind of like.
Yeah, because isn't he
nah,
like
nah.
a consultant or something?
Yeah.
He got some sort of role? But Malone is off his tree, ain't he?
Yeah, you bring Malone back. Bring
Pass
Malone
the
out there.
torch.
There's a couple coaches out there though.
Championship pedigree.
Couple coaches
You know?
out there.
I can't believe that.
I like I'm a fan of Mike Malone personally. I'm a fan of him. I don't really know what happened, but I'm a fan of Mike Malone. So I would love to see him like get a job ASAP. Like San Antonio should be talking to, that's a great conversation. Great.
He's gonna land somewhere. You win a bunch of chips. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but it ain't that many situations that's out there. If you really think about it.
Yeah. San Antonio is a unique situation.
Yeah.
For sure.
You already come from a culture. You know the San Antonio culture. You know what I mean? You done took that and implemented that into Denver.
You get another generational
Now you just bring
big.
it back. Yeah, you got another generational player. You got young, you got a future a future all-star on your team, and Stephon Castle. Like, he's really, really good.
I like that kid.
You get Darren Fox over there with you. Like,
Woo!
get some draft picks. You know, they might get Cooper.
All right, so let's zoom out.
Mm-hmm.
Coach gone in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Playoffs 2 weeks out. Does this now open? Because I thought that Denver had the chance to be the biggest threat to OKC.
Yep.
They're cooked now.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
The Lakers, the Warriors, like this opens up. It was already fair game for anybody, but now those 2 teams in particular, and quietly the Clippers, who are in 5th in the West, I think, today, it's about to get.
It's been that can work both ways though.
Positively for Denver?
Positively for Denver, because again, if you so blah with this energy that we have, that we've been having, and we feel like we stuck.
Okay.
Like, now the next man is up. Again, he gonna have a new energy. He gonna be expecting certain things and new things from the players that's out there. New system implemented. Not a new system. New things within the system.
Right.
New tricks within the system. Couple sets, couple plays that could kind of differentiate himself from Mike Malone a little bit. So they still, and that energy, because it's new.
Yeah.
How long
it can
does that
feed off.
last?
Maybe a
That-
series. I
thank
don't
you,
know. Maybe a
Monica.
series.
Melo,
The
y'all all
honeymoon
tell us
shit.
how the playoff basketball does not compare to regular season basketball.
It doesn't. But when you going with a different energy into the playoffs, and you feel like, all right, it's on us now. Because that's what we're gonna see Denver. Either they gonna come together or they gonna fold.
Close
Right.
ranks, yeah.
It ain't about the coaching no more, because the system is the system. We all know the plays. We all know the system. We know Mike Malone's system.
So Addison got to come in there with that energy of like, yo, you know what we do, baby. We play Nuggets basketball, but we gonna introduce a little
Yeah.
woo woo.
Yeah, instead of you being over here,
uh.
Monica, I'm gonna try to put you over here. Let's see, you know what I mean? Let's see different shit.
Not like, yo, listen,
No,
we're
they're not
doing
gonna
this.
rip it up. They're not gonna rip it up. Because you don't have time to rip it up. Mike Malone got a playbook this big, bro. Like he's one of them coaches.
X's and O's.
He's an X's and O's guy. He has a playbook that big. And it's 75% of his playbook you don't even see out there.
I'm not gonna full on say damn the playbook, but they got Nikola Jokic. Like,
They still had a team.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Got a
But
player.
even new coach, half of the playbook, you still got Jokic, you still got a core that
Yeah.
won the championship. I don't know if they're my biggest threat to OKC anymore, but I can still see a world where they do damage.
I think they're gonna be Denver. Like they're gonna be there. I don't know how far they're gonna go, but they're gonna be there. They're gonna compete. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna take a team 7. Like, this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna be there.
I think OKC got him, man.
This is so crazy.
Melo, you always talk about the business aspect of like basketball.
Yeah, it's shitty.
Firing the GM, firing the coach, I feel like it's coming back to money, especially when you're 2 of your top 3.
You lost your cell phone and your mind in the same night. Damn.
Jamal Murray on max deal with barely played, right? We know the conversation with Luka is where they didn't want to pay 3.8. Are we getting to see a trend in the NBA where these owners are saying, listen, I'm not putting out max bread if y'all not gonna play?
Oh, I'm not paying. What Malone make? He did the 50 deal. The 4-year 50. What do you do?
Bro, this is crazy.
It's in the neighborhood about $8 million a year.
Come on, man, give me that.
Just what I'm trying to say.
I'll be like, yo, give
Right.
Jokic the ball in the paint.
The more that you are there and win,
Come on.
Yeah.
the higher your number goes up. So because we peaked, we ain't paying Mike Malone no more than $8 million.
Hmm.
So he got 2 more years on this deal. We gonna eat that $16 million.
Cool.
We gotta get this. We gotta get him out of here now. People ain't gonna like it. We gotta get him out of here now. Because if we wait and Denver goes and do some shit this year,
No facts.
it's gonna get tougher and tougher and tougher for those guys to make that decision. Then you really gonna look crazy.
It's really 50-50 if you think about it, because like you fired him before the playoffs. It looks crazy on his face. But if
So
you go on a
crazy.
run and win, oh, y'all are geniuses.
They not
If you
going on a
win-
run to
But
win.
it's deeper though, because you
They
don't
not going.
fire the GM and the coach at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's something deeper going on. I don't even think it has nothing to do with basketball.
I was just about to say, I hope it ain't some nasty other shoe that
It's
drops.
something deeper. Like you don't see abruptly a team 4th seed. I mean, we just saw it in Memphis.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we
they're
already
not
knew
fourth seed.
that wasn't abruptly. That was the build-up. This is abruptly for what I'm hearing, and no, this sound abruptly. Like this is not basketball.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't want
Something
to go
is
there, but I was
going
like,
on.
I hope it ain't no nasty shit like, you know what I mean?
Let's just give it the benefit of the doubt
Mike Malone
and
got
just say that they peaked.
a foot fetish.
Here you go.
There's some crazy
Shut
shit
up.
like that, man. Don't do that. Let it be basketball, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, hopefully, Josh Kroenke got it figured out.
Get it together, Josh.
Oh,
Good luck.
I hope he got it figured out.
Great point, though. I mean, Crockett's got bread, but, Rams got a lot of big contracts on the way. Rams,
Yeah, like when you thinking about when you're an owner and you thinking about everything underneath of one umbrella, like you still got Arsenal contracts, you got Rams contracts, you got Denver Nugget contracts. Like when you looking at it holistically, you start figuring out ways to cut those corners.
Yeah,
Now, I'm not saying
trim the
that's what
slack.
they doing, but you start figuring out ways. The Rams got a lot of contracts coming up this season. We got to figure it out. Okay, who we got locked in Denver? Okay, we got boom, boom, boom locked in Denver. Okay, where can we cut?
Bro, that sounds so crazy to me.
I'm just painting a picture of
Right.
like how it could be orchestrated. Because when you have to operate like that.
Yeah.
When
Or it should be like,
when
yo,
one is losing, you banking on one of the other ones to go and help recover this.
Like, yo,
one.
y'all won a couple, man. Like, y'all could
Take a hit
have
for a little
a
bit.
down year or
Mhm.
two. You know what I'm saying? You be all right.
I'm
Sheesh.
shocked.
It's deeper
I can't
than
wait
rap.
for the rest of this to
It
come
is
out.
deeper than rap right now.
Mm-mm.
It's deeper than rap. I gotta hit my son. I gotta hit Brody, man. Brody, what's up, bro?
Yo, bro, what's
I gotta call
going
Brody,
on?
'cause shit is nasty out here right now.
Mm-mm. That's wild.
I thought you was about to say Tibbs got fired. I'm like, damn.
Bro, I run out of here like I'm on
For real?
fire.
Rick coaching the team.
Rick Coach. Ooh. Hey,
Yo.
hey.
Stop it.
Hey.
Listen, stay locked in at 7 p.m. every single social channel, TV, YouTube, everywhere. Because the full episode is dropping this Thursday. Don't miss it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to be looking stupid, you know what I mean, in the group chat. You understand?